Welcome everyone to the WRT Challenge Cup in Club Sport Fremont. See if we can get some graphics going for you. You know where we are at the WRT Challenge Cup in Club Sport Fremont. Right now it's Jake Bredenbeck and Rodrigo Montoya who are going to determine who takes home the cup today. The series is tied right now 2-2. Alex Cardona just defeated David Horn to make that happen in an 11-10 tiebreak. And now, Rodrigo Montoya will start off serving for Mexico. Our referee for this match is Francisco Troncoso. Second serve for Montoya. And a first point for Rodrigo Montoya, 1-0 in game one. Wow, Montoya with his own overhead shot from back in the court for a .20. Now these two guys out here yesterday both earned points and victories for their respective teams. Nice serve, ace serve from Montoya. Montoya defeated Horn yesterday morning to win the first point for Mexico, and then Bredenbeck defeated Cardona yesterday to win the first point for USA. Team USA won in the doubles last night to bring the series to a close at 2-1 yesterday. Now this morning we just saw Alex Cardona defeat David Horn in a tiebreaker 11-10, tying the series up 2-2 and giving us a good show. Quick reaction from Bredenbeck. And goodbye from Rodrigo Montoya. Bye-bye, back in the service box. 3 serving 0. Oh, from the knees. Between the legs. Oh, tough rally. And Montoya looking like he got a good night's sleep at our host hotel Hyatt Place here in Fremont, California. Starting off with a 5-0 lead. .6-0 lead to start game one for Montoya. He's going for it with those serves. We saw his teammate Alex Cardona serving up aces in the previous match. For those of you watching, make sure you hit those share and like buttons. Help us spread this fantastic event. WRT Challenge Cup, 7-0 in game one, 8-0. Tough start for Bredenbeck, although he is no stranger to a deficit. We've seen him come back against Montoya, -1-10. If you want to catch that match, that was in Denver. It's up on the WRT YouTube channel. Nice. I like the way Bredenbeck moves around the court out there. You won't see him diving too much, but he has a really long reach, and he covers a lot of ground with big steps. Whereas Montoya has an incredible get ability. You'll see him scooping a lot of balls right off the floor. Montoya looking solid. Usually it takes him a couple points to feel out his opponent, but he is on top of it right now with an 8-0 lead. Second serve. (8-0) start for Montoya. Oh, that was kind of nasty. Big setup. You could feel that that one was going to go down. Side out for Jake Bredenbeck. Zero serves 8. And Bredenbeck powers through his first point. 1-8. Oh, nice and low. Rolls it out. Backhand. Winner for Jake Bredenbeck, 2-8. Looks like Bredenbeck's getting more woke out on that court. Oh, he gets there. Wow, nice rally. And a side out for Montoya. I didn't think that ball had a chance, but Jake got there. (9-2) Mexico leads. The winner of this match takes home the very first WRT Challenge Cup title. This is the first of many Challenge Cups. Fun, different format. Thanks for sharing this feed and for watching and tuning into the WRT Challenge Cup. Shout out to Diego Gatica. Keep it down the line, man. Montoya is hot right now with an 8-point lead. 10-2. We are looking to host more of these Challenge Cup events. There's been some talks of doing it with Canada. We'd like to invite other teams as well. For those of you that are interested, hit us up in the comments section and let us know what you think of the Challenge Cup idea. Montoya, solid racquetball right now. He hits that ball so hard. And he doesn't look like one of the most powerful players. But he was number one for most of 2017 before David Horn squeezed him out at our last tournament to end 2017, the Alamo City Open in San Antonio. Rodrigo Montoya is currently number 4 now on the WRT. Jake Bredenbeck is currently number 1. He just pushed out David Horn, who's number 2. The WRT ranking system works on a rolling calendar, so every week there's events that are being dropped and points that are being added depending on what time of year it is. Now this tournament, this Challenge Cup tournament, does not add any points for rankings for the WRT. Just want to make that clear for those of you watching at home. But the next event where players will be earning and losing points potentially is the Georgia Open, May 17th to the 20th. There's our champion, Andre Perea. He won last year at Recreation ATL. And we have a special if you sign up early. By April 22nd, not only do you get an early bird discount, but you also get entered to win one of 3 prizes. You could win 3 months free membership to Recreation ATL, a gearbox racket, or 1 set of customized WRT headphones. And I got to say, as an insider, I have those headphones. They're pretty cool. So make sure you guys sign up by April 22nd. Get entered in there now, and you could be entered to win one of those prizes. Coming back to the Challenge Cup, the series is tied right now, 2-2. Mexico has 2 victories. USA has 2 victories. Montoya and Bredenbeck were both the winners for their teams yesterday, earning points. Then we saw the doubles match last night. USA defeated Mexico in a tiebreaker. And this morning, Alex Cardona defeated David Horn 11-10 in the tiebreaker. So right now the cup is on the line. It's 12-2 in game 1. So that's going to now be the first game point for Montoya. Oh, he gets that ball up. And side out, Bredenbeck holds on. And Montoya puts himself right back in the box. It's another game point now. Be a second serve. Oh, just stands his ground. Looks like they're going to replay. Wow, 14-2, another game point. Wow, Bredenbeck bringing the heat, holding off that game point. 2-14. Like I said, we've seen Bredenbeck in a crazy deficit before, and the last time it was against Montoya. In Denver in June or August, he was down -110 and came back to win not only that game, but the entire match. If you guys have a moment, check that out on the WRT YouTube channel because it was crazy. Third game point for Montoya. Good defense from Montoya. Oh, and Bredenbeck with the point. Our crowd here at Club Sport Fremont loving that. We hope you are at home. Let us know who you are cheering for, Jake Bredenbeck or Rodrigo Montoya. Shout out to Christina Solis, Montoya's mom. I know she's watching and cheering for her son, and I imagine Karen Bredenbeck is watching as well. Side out Mexico. Fourth game point. Sorry, that score is 14-2. Oh, down the line, winner for Bredenbeck. Side out for Jake Bredenbeck. Montoya having some trouble closing this out. Bredenbeck just really seems to turn it up when that pressure is on. Montoya has had 4 game point opportunities so far. Bredenbeck back in the box, looking to serve. Remember, the series is tied right now, 2-2. Mexico has 2 victories thanks to Montoya and Cardona. And USA has 2 victories thanks to Bredenbeck and their doubles win last night. This is the last match of this event. We hope you all are enjoying the WRT Challenge Cup series. And we will be doing more of these events. So look for that on our website. You can always check our schedule at worldracketballtour.com. It's game 1, 2-14. Bredenbeck serving for USA. Oh, and a change of direction. Point for Bredenbeck. 3-14. Oh, jammed up there in the corner. 4-14. No, Bredenbeck's mentality is 1 point at a row. We've asked him that many times in interviews. How do you stay focused out there? And for a lot of these pros, they just focus on 1 point at a time. 4-14. A little bit of trouble here for Montoya. It's 5-14. Wow. It's getting a little crazy out there. 6-14. That's 4 more points now for Bredenbeck. He was down 2-14. Montoya has had 4 game points. Incredible get. Look at this get ability. And Jake just waiting in the center of the court. Oh my gosh. Don't call it a comeback, folks, but Bredenbeck chipping away. 7-14. Man, oh man, I would be interested to see Montoya take a timeout. We've seen him slow things down a little bit with that towel. But you don't want to let Bredenbeck get too much momentum. And a skip from Bredenbeck. Montoya thankful for that. He made a mistake there himself as well. But now he has his 5th game point. Now or never for Montoya. He wants to close out game 1. Oh, man, and another side out. This is unreal. I've only seen this one other time between these two players in Denver. In June? Bredenbeck, no stranger to digging himself out of a deficit. He came back to win that match, -110. You can catch that on the WRT YouTube channel. Side out Mexico. Another game point for Montoya. He calls a timeout. Probably, I don't know, this is a tricky call because you can see Bredenbeck is really frustrated, so this gives Bredenbeck a chance to cool off too. Montoya coming off that court, all smiles. See him strategizing with his teammate Alex Cardona there off to the side of the court. This is the WRT Challenge Cup. Series is tied 2-2 right now. You're watching the WRT Challenge Cup at Club Sport Fremont. The next WRT event coming up is May 17th to the 20th. We'll be at Recreation ATL for the Georgia Open. Andre Padilla is our champion from 2017, so you can look for the pros coming out to Atlanta, Georgia for that event. And there is an early bird sign up. You could be entered to win one of 3 prizes if you sign up by April 22nd. So make your way over to R2 Sports and sign up today. Scoreboard. 14-8. Oh, nothing like building that tension by wiping off your glasses. 14-8, here we go. Second serve. And Montoya wins game 1, 15-8, which means no matter what, we're going to game 2, but we want to see if Bredenbeck can answer back. Remember, the series is tied 2-2 right now, so all the pressure is on Bredenbeck and Montoya right now on who's going to take home the cup. We'll be back in just a few moments with more live from Club Sport Fremont with the WRT Challenge Cup.
through 10 years of being around the racquetball community, Gearbox has done a great job.
Number one thing that I noticed was just the family aspect of the company.
I just thought it was really cool that they had that kind of lifestyle kind of look.
I was seeing those black rackets. I still remember the first like all black racket, and I thought they were kind of cool. I was like, oh my god, they don't have any color. Like, it's so cool. It looks like a real weapon.
And every year, I think you're gonna be like growing more and more and more till we get to something big.
Welcome back, everyone, to the WRT Challenge Cup event at Club Sport Fremont. You're watching Jake Bredenbeck and David Horn, for USA against Montoya and Cardona for Mexico. Right now, it's Bredenbeck and Montoya who are battling for this final victory to take home the first ever WRT Challenge Cup for their respective country. Montoya won game one 15-8 after 7 or 8 game points. Now we're ready to start game two, see what Bredenbeck can answer back with. Bredenbeck really started to gain momentum. He was down 8-1, came back to really close the gap, but he's looking to take some of that momentum now into game two. Zero, Bredenbeck serves first. Short serve. Skip from Montoya. First point for game two goes to Jake Bredenbeck. We saw some killer serving so far this weekend from Jake in his match yesterday against Alex Cardona. He was serving up a lot of aces. Let us know who you're cheering for, USA or Mexico. This is the final match of the Challenge Cup to determine who wins and goes home with that cup. Second serve for Montoya. That ball's down, will be a side out USA. Point for Bredenbeck. Oh, it's a nice serve. Gets him a point. 3-0 start for Jake Bredenbeck in game two. Solid play from Montoya. Pinch winner for Montoya. Gives Montoya his first point in game two. One serving three. And a good serve from Montoya. 2-3. Oh, and Bredenbeck puts that one away. Not going to get him twice with that. 3-2. Ties it up now. 3-3 in game 2. Bredenbeck, Montoya won game 1, 15-8. He's looking to close this out in 2. But if you're cheering for Team USA and Bredenbeck, you want this to go to a breaker. Anything can happen. 3-3. Oh, that ball's so low. I think it skipped. Oh, our referee saw it good too. So that's a side out. A little bit of discussion here in the audience. I thought it skipped, but what Francisco Troncoso, our referee, says goes. Side out for Mexico. Now a side out for Bredenbeck. A little bit of ball karma. So Montoya yesterday defeated David Horn to win the first victory for Mexico. Bredenbeck defeated Alex Cardona yesterday to win the first point for USA. And then Team USA won in doubles to wrap up the series last night at 2-1. It's the first team to 3 victories, and so this morning Alex Cardona tied up the series 2-2 by defeating David Horn. And now the first one to win today, or the only one to win next, will take home the cup. Oh, an ace serve for Montoya. 4-3. Skip ball from the Mexican, side out for USA. Tied up 3-3. Oh, rolls it out for another side out. We're in for quite a battle right now in game 2. We saw Montoya start off really on fire in game 1. He got out to an 8-0 lead in game 1. Game 2 is a whole new ball game. Tied up at 3-3. Oh, what a get. And a broken ball. You can see so many matches from Rodrigo Montoya, who really started turning it up on the WRT in 2016. He started playing more regularly at the Pleasanton Open and won his first event there in 2016. Nice touch from Montoya in the front court. Now this puts Montoya in the lead now, 4-3 in game 2. Make that 5-3, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Montoya switching up that serve. Jake shuts it down. Look at that smile on, on the USA face. 3 serves 5. Killer serve from Bredenbeck. 4 serving 5. This is our final match of today. The series is tied 2-2. These guys are fighting to take home the Challenge Cup for their country, USA or Mexico. Let us know who you think is going to go home with the first ever Cup title. We're here at Club Sport Fremont, who's been an outstanding host. We would also like to thank Gearbox, the official ball of the WRT is the Gearbox Black Ball, and State Farm, Left Bank, and Printer Prez. Thank you for supporting this event and bringing the WRT to Fremont. It's all tied up, 5-5. Side out for Montoya. Second serve. The WRT does play by the IRF rules. That's the International Racquetball Federation. To read the full rules, you can go to internationalracquetball.com. Point Montoya. 6-5. Another point for Mexico. 7 serving 5. Oh, so much power from Jake, the Beast Bredenbeck, for the side out. You don't want to get in front of that ball. It was pretty. Now an opportunity for Jake Bredenbeck to score. He's only down 2 points. This is the tightest game that we've seen so far between these two. Tightest start. Remember, Montoya started out in game 1, 8-0. There's a point for Team USA. It's 6-7. Wow, what a return from Montoya. Nice angle there on the WRT cameras. Side out for Mexico. 7, serve 6. Second serve. They're going to replay that one. And a skip serve from Montoya. You don't see that too often. He's trying to blame that front wall. Either way, it's a side out. Bredenbeck back in the box.
6-7.
Bredenbeck ties it up 7-7. Bring in the heat. Wow, a double fault. Well, that balances the scales here at the event. Montoya with a skip serve, which you don't see, and then a double fault from Bredenbeck. 7-7. Wow, backing right up into each other. Point for Mexico, 8-7. Well, they kept playing through that one. It's a little exhausting. It seemed like the ref was trying to get their attention, and then he let him keep going. I could not tell you what happened.
Bobby, what happened? I don't know. No idea what happened. I don't even know what happened. What was? Point to play.
So that was a side out is all I can get on what happened there. Some applause from the crowd on that smackdown. Point for Bredenbeck. 8-8. Firing off that serve, but it's not in. It'll be a second serve. Oh, Bredenbeck reaches it. Oh, just short of that front wall. Side out Mexico. 8-8 in game 2. Given us quite a show. It's been a great matchup here at our WRT Challenge Cup. Oh, going right back into that corner. Tough, tough, tough. Montoya sacrificing his body not only on the floor but on that back glass. Rodrigo Montoya will serve. Oh, look, he sticks with it. Oh, Montoya was there to cover that down the line. Looks like he's not going to get what he's asking for. Ref showing no mercy, even though Bredenbeck was in front of him. It's our referee's call. Our referee is Francisco Troncoso. Any complaints, you can message him. Still tied, 8-8, nice get. Oh, man. Taking a look back at that last rally. These guys are giving it everything they have. It's tied 8-8. This is the WRT Challenge Cup series. Right now is tied 2-2 between USA and Mexico. In order to win the cup, one team has to get to 3, and it has to happen in this match. Montoya won for Mexico yesterday by defeating Horn. Bredenbeck won for USA by defeating Cardona. And then USA won doubles last night. This morning we saw Alex Cardona tie up the series when he defeated David Horn in a tiebreaker, 11-10. Be a second serve for Montoya. Still tied at 8-8. Oh. Looked like Montoya got that one, but he skipped it. Another side out. Tough all the way to the end. That skip from Montoya should give Bredenbeck a point. He's leading now 9-8. The first time we've seen some movement on the board in a while. Oh, and an ace from Montoya. Nine in game 2. Make that 10-9. We saw the board start to change. We tied at 8-8 for so many rallies. Bredenbeck got 9, and now Montoya with 2 in a row. Brings us to 10-9. Second serve for Mexico. Oh, wow. Nice splat from Montoya. Brings him to 11-9. Oh, what an untraditional return from Bredenbeck. He just flicks his racket on it. Look at him laugh. That's too funny. It's also nice to see these players having a good time out there. You know, between Jake Bredenbeck, who's number 1 right now, David Horn, number 2, Rodrigo Montoya, number 4, and Alex Cardona, number 5, all WRT ranked players. These guys have been a part of the WRT for quite some time. They've traveled together, played against each other, trained together on the road. They know each other quite well, and they're giving us a fantastic show here today. If you guys have a chance, make sure you follow these guys on Facebook. They put out a lot of content. You can follow about how they train. You can follow their Facebook live feeds. They do some great interviews, too. In fact, David Horn, Jake Bredenbeck, and Francisco Troncoso have one right now on David Horn's Facebook page where they were talking about this Challenge Cup and their thoughts on it. So check that out when you have a chance if you're on Facebook. Coming up next for the WRT, our next Pro Tour stop will be the Georgia Open at Recreation ATL, May 17th to the 20th. And if you sign up by April 22nd, you can be entered to win one of 3 special prizes: 3 months free membership at Recreation ATL, 1 gearbox racket, or 1 set of customized WRT headphones. So go to r2sports.com or worldracketballtour.com and get signed up today. You're watching the WRT Challenge Cup at Club Sport Fremont. We'd like to thank Hyatt Place in Fremont, California for hosting the players here for this weekend. We'd also like to thank State Farm, Left Bank, and Printerprez for supporting this WRT Challenge Cup. It's 9 serving 11 now. Short serve, he'll get a second serve. Tough rally. That'll be, I think, a point for Bredenbeck. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching the WRT Challenge Cup. I'm Laura McCormick with the World Racquetball Tour, and I'd like to personally thank everyone for watching. Hit me up in the chat box on Facebook chat. Let us know who you're cheering for. We are one victory away from knowing if Mexico or USA will take home the cup. Who are you cheering for? I'm completely unbiased. Wow. Gets that racket out. Oh, and that ball sailing by Montoya. He wishes it well. Point for Jake Bredenbeck makes it 10-11 in our game 2. Montoya winning game 1, 15-8. If Bredenbeck can pull off a win in game 2, we're going to a tiebreaker. We saw a tiebreaker earlier today when David Horn and Alex Cardona battled each other, and Cardona won in the breaker 11-10 to tie up the overall series 2-2. Getting some love from the crowd here for Bredenbeck. That puts Bredenbeck up now 12-11, our referee says. That ball is down, side out Mexico. Wow, that was pretty untraditional from Bredenbeck. And then Montoya with a skip. Side out, 12-11. Bredenbeck leads game 2 and now has an opportunity to score. Looks like Bredenbeck is showing why he's number 1 on the WRT right now. He's no stranger to pressure. And Montoya, former number 1. Very nice shot from Montoya. You don't see that every day. In fact, all 4 players at this challenge have at some point been number 1 on the WRT. Alex Cardona dominated in 2016 and 17, closing out both years, 15 and 16. Closing out both years as the year-end champion. Bredenbeck currently number 1. He saw number 1 for a brief moment in 2016. Montoya number 1 for most of 2017. And David Horn finished 2017 as a year-end champion. He's currently number 2. Montoya's out of green dry shirts. David Horn offering him a red USA shirt if he wants it. Twelve serves 11. Game 2. Bredenbeck serves. Oh, nice serve from Montoya. Gets him a point and ties it up 12-12. Tied game. It's 1-3 now in game 2. Ace serve to the backhand for Mexico. 13-12. Rodrigo Montoya leads. Mexico is 2 points away from their 3rd victory and taking this cup. Make that match point now for Rodrigo Montoya. Now we saw Bredenbeck stave off, 7 or 8 game points in game 1. So we know it ain't over till it's over. But Montoya serves now 14-12. Timeout from Montoya. These guys are sorry, Bredenbeck called it. It sounds like I need a timeout too. Let's just put up that graphic so you know what you're watching.
Let's go. Come on. Hey, skip serve.
Montoya is 1 point away from taking this Challenge Cup home for Mexico with his teammate Alex Cardona. Bredenbeck in good humor, his teammate David Horn there off to the side. It's a good chance he could side out right now. We saw that from him in game 1. Here we go, Montoya serve. Oh, and he sides him out. Good timeout for Jake Bredenbeck. So somebody asked earlier if it's a problem that Montoya doesn't have a shirt. And the only reason I would say no is because we were responsible for bringing his shirts. So the game goes on.
Take 1 for now. Hey, hope for 3. He's been stuck at 12 for a while.
Oh, Bredenbeck gets it. Oh, what a rally. Bredenbeck playing fantastic defense, but Montoya sides him out. 2nd match point for Rodrigo Montoya. 14 serves 12.
Skip serve.
Second serve. Oh! Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Oh, that's incredible! Take a look back at this. Oh, that's just insane. You can see David Horn there getting to his feet, cheering for Bredenbeck. Crazy rally. The coverage from Bredenbeck, and he's one of the largest players in racquetball, definitely on the WRT. And that court coverage, just incredible. If you ever have the chance to come and watch these guys in person, I strongly recommend it. While we do our best to capture their incredible athleticism on camera, seeing them in person is even more awe-inspiring. 12-14. Oh, Bredenbeck. He's talking with Bobby and with himself, but it's now third match point for Mexico, 14-12. And another timeout. Keeping it fun here at Club Sport Fremont. This is our first ever WRT Challenge Cup. Brought to you by Gearbox, State Farm, Left Bank, and Printer Prez. I'd like to thank you all for watching the WRT Challenge Cup. Make sure you share the live feed on your Facebook page. You can also watch at worldracketballtour.com and internationalracquetball.com. The series is tied right now 2-2. Rodrigo Montoya has had 3 opportunities to close out this match at 14-12, and Bredenbeck has done a tremendous job of holding him off and trying to take game 2 and send us to a tiebreaker. The winner of this match earns the 3rd victory for their team and will go home with the Challenge Cup. Jake is telling the referee to give Mexico 2 technicals so everybody gets a tiebreaker. Here we go. Crowd is ready. 14-12. And Montoya shuts it down 15-12 to win the match and earn that 3rd victory that Mexico was looking for to take home the very first WRT Challenge Cup.